Welcome to Sportsline. I'm your host for the day, Jeff Harmon, and I am here with senior safety on the USF Cougar football team, Josh Butler.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Well, if you guys don't know, Cougar football is in the middle of their spring ball session right now when they get to go out during the spring semester and get to play some football, which is a lot better than the workouts they have to do. So first and foremost, Josh, I want to ask you, how is spring ball going so far? I know every spring you have new guys coming up that were redshirt freshmen from the year before. Sometimes you have transfers coming in. So how is everything going just in general, I know from a defensive perspective?
Spring ball is going pretty well. You know, we're at the phase where we're learning about each other and learning how to work together as a team. A lot of the stuff we're doing, you know, resorts to last year, being able to be physical in our gameplay, being able to go up and get balls. Everything's the same, you know, that tradition still carries on. So I believe the coaches came in and did a good job just being able to keep everything particular and keep everything the same, which we know, and being able to go out there and be physical, compete in everything that we do has really provided a way for us to succeed.
I feel that. And if some people may not know that the team does have a whole new coaching staff, basically, and you kind of touched on it right there, how has that transition been? Have they made it, you know, kind of easy or things similar? How has that relationship been?
Yeah, just piggybacking off of what I already said, just being able to keep everything the same, keep the tradition the same, has really helped us. You know, from going from last year, everybody thought we was about to not be able to do anything, who was going to be our coaches, and everything was in a frenzy more so. And
right.
Being able to sit down, talk to them, learn about them, you know, they're really well coaches. They're really good coaches, and I've already been able to be humble about the situation and know that they're going to do what they're best, what they're coached to do in order to make us successful. So, in saying that, the coaches have really been been helpful and insightful in what we have learned.
All right. As far as young guys go, because every spring is a chance for you know, young guys that may have redshirted the year before, or like I said, some transfers from junior college or other schools. So far, you know, if you had to name a few guys that are making waves and making a lot of good things happen at practice, who would you say, just to name a few?
Young guys that are stepping up, I would say Joey Weirkamp. I seen his effort, and I seen him just be a workhorse in everything that he's done. You know, film doesn't lie, and the man's been balling in spring ball. I like to say my brother Noah, he's been working hard. His passes has been getting really good, and just being able to, as a quarterback from the standpoint, being able to work in a new playbook and a new system. And another hard worker, Jason Towns, you know, coming off a surgery not too long ago, and being able to come back harder than ever. You know, that's really something you look into and you admire, because a lot of people, when they come back from surgeries or come back from any injuries, it's hard to get back to what they're used to, and he's doing better than ever.
Right.
And one more, Tucker Stout. He's out there getting picks all the time, leading all the DBs in picks right now, and
true.
Just standing out and just balling out. So being able to see those as young guys makes you happy, because you never know what they're going to bring to the table, and when you do see that, it does make you happy.
All right, that's good to know. Being a senior means this is kind of your last go-around at every step there is in a football offseason. So I just have to ask you, how does it feel to be done with winter workouts?
What? You ain't got to worry about going to the pit no more. Don't have to worry about doing Cougar Dominators. I mean, of course, I'm going to miss grinding with my brothers, being just in the gym together, knowing it sucks, and just being able to go and get through the workouts and finish everything. But I'm just glad that's over with.
I feel you. So for people that don't know, you are one of the off-season captains right now for the football team, and a lot of people may not know you were one of the final captains for the actual season last year when you were only a junior. So one of my questions for you is, how do you lead in general? I know a lot of people have different ways they lead, and you know, some people are nonverbal leaders, some people are verbal leaders, and especially how can you do that when you're a younger guy and there may be older guys that are like, why should I look up to you when I'm older than you and I've done more than you and stuff like that? So how did you, take that on, and how were you able to lead?
I would probably say vocal leader. I'm very vocal in what I talk about. I'm very vocal in practice and leading others. Talking to other people, I feel like they're going to know you better when you get into them and you actually encourage them. You actually talk to them about what's going on. They did a good play, you're celebrating with them, and just being vocal. Not a lot of people like to lead from the front. They think that if they make a mistake, everybody's going to, shy them away, boo them away, but it's okay to make mistakes because everybody does that. So just being able to lead from the front, being a vocal leader. I know, what was the other question you were saying about when I was younger, being a leader?
Yeah, how you be able to lead when you're only a junior.
Yeah.
Usually captains are seniors.
Yeah, and usually a lot of times people think that you can't lead as a junior, you can't lead as a sophomore. What really helped me was Tidwell being a 3-year captain. I seen him lead since his sophomore year and up, and just knowing that if he could do it, why can't I do it? And
right.
He told me that I should be the one doing it. So being that vocal leader, being that leader that everybody could look at, it's always been one of my dearest things to me.
So I know first and foremost here at USF, we preach everything is team and brotherhood, and I know the football team lost a lot of seniors, and they have sort of a bullseye on their back because it just won the first conference championship in school history, so now every other team in the conference is going to be trying to take you guys down. So what are, I want to say, your expectations for the season as far as guys coming in and replacing seniors and stuff like that? And I mean, just be 100% flat out honest. You think the Cougars could make another run at the conference title?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I like to tell people, I've been in that situation before.
Right.
Going into my sophomore year, starting, a lot of people didn't know what I would bring to the table, and a lot of seniors had left that year as well. So it's like, knowing and trusting those coming in, that's going to be your biggest factor. And if you don't trust them, then they'll never be able to show you what they got. So you just have to put trust. They're going to make mistakes. They're young. I made a lot of mistakes my sophomore year. I go back and look. But getting past those mistakes, moving on and going to make a play is what I'm going to be looking forward to. As a young guy, a lot of people don't believe in you. A lot of people doubt you. Go ahead and prove them wrong.
Right.
And go ahead and show them what your ability is. Right. Your younger years should be how you get out that shell. What do you blossom into? Like the coach says, I'm giving you the keys to the car. What you going to do with it?
Right.
So that's what I believe in. That's what I'm knowing that the young guys are going to step up and make plays and be able to be dominant in whatever they do.
Right. So let's be a little selfish right here. What are your personal goals for this season? I mean, you're a senior, which means come December, you got to figure out what you're doing with your life. So if football could help you make that next step, obviously that would be a good choice. So what are your personal goals for this season?
Number one, first and foremost, conference and national championship. Whatever I have to do to contribute to the team in order to win that's first and foremost. And then secondly, I like to be an All-American. I like to, show recognition that I could be a Cliff Harris Award winner as well. So throughout the season, I know I'm going to have to produce and be able to make plays, and that's the game plan. There's no in and out. I got to go and make plays for the team in order for those goals to be achieved.
Right. So let's flip the script. Let's get off of football a little bit just for 1 second, loosen up. What is something that people may not know about you, just in general?
I play the drums. Not a lot of people know that I play the drums at my church. I've been in some things that really changed your life, from a theater shooting to just being in a car accident and not being able to play junior season because my neck was broken. There's all different types of stories. Everybody got stories, I guess you could say. Some more positive things that people probably don't know is I really wasn't offered a lot coming out, but USF was one of the ones that offered me. So just being able to know about scholarships and knowing where my family came from. My brothers all had to pay for their school, so being able to have a scholarship is really a blessing for me and my family. So.
Right, and that kind of leads into my last question of the day. I always like to ask people because USF, we are such a small school. in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And we do have a lot of in-state students, but we also have a lot of people from all over the country. And you're from Colorado, so I like to ask everybody, why USF?
At first, I didn't even know where USF was. I didn't know where
Same.
Sioux Falls was. And the coaches came down right after the season, came and talked to me saying they wanted me on their program. Didn't really, like, when I took my visit, it was cold, but I found that they win here. I found that they have a brotherhood here, and I found the one important thing that everybody's a family. It's a small school, but everybody's so cool with one another. Everybody is so nice to one another, and you really don't get that a lot of places you go.
Right.
Growing up in different places in Mississippi, some places in Colorado, you try to be friendly with somebody and they snap back at you because they don't know. So just having that friendly aspect, that family aspect, that someone's always going to have your back is a real good feeling. And coming to a championship program is really a good feeling as well.
All right. Well, Josh, I want to thank you for talking to us today. We wish you and the Cougars nothing but a great season and keep killing it in spring. That's it for us, though. From here for Sportsline, I'm Jeff Harmon.